Hi, this is Brother Ward, and I wanted to go over a few problems from slide 5 of last week's VoiceThread. These were problems that I saw as I watched your VoiceThreads. I saw many of you had trouble with. So let's start with number 3, and the idea here is we want to use the AC rule to factor, but before I do that, I want to notice that we always want to look for a common factor first. And as a helpful hint, if you ever see that the leading term is negative, then you want to think of -1 as being a common factor. So if I write -1 in front, then the rest of it ends up being this. So I'm factoring out a -1. Okay, then the next thing is to use the AC rule to factor the rest of it. So the AC rule says take A and C, multiply them together, -50. And then we're trying to come up with two factors of -50 that add up to be -5. So that's our target. And because this is a negative, one of our factors needs to be negative and the other needs to be positive. That's the only way you're going to get a negative product, with one positive and one negative. So I could try, say, 10 and -5. That certainly multiplies to be -50, but when I add those, I get +5. So that's not quite what I wanted. I want -5. Well, that's easy to fix. I can just switch which one's negative. And now when I add -10 plus 5, I get -5 like I want. So now that I found these, the next step is to rewrite this using these two. So instead of -5x, I'm going to write -10x plus +5x. That's the same as -5x, just rearranged a little bit. And now I can use factoring by grouping. So I'm going to split this in half. And then look at the first two terms. Is there a common factor there? Well, I see that 2 is a common factor of 2 and 10. And x is a common factor of x² and x. When I factor those out, I'm left with x minus 5. Okay, now let's look over here. What's the common factor? It's 5. Now, if I've done this correctly, I should end up with identical things here and here, which I can then factor out. X minus 5 is common to this piece and this piece, and then I'm left with 2x plus 5. And so my final answer is -1, which I can just write as negative, or the opposite of x minus 5, 2x plus 5. So hopefully that helps on number 3.